The biggest thing that I had to overcome in the beginning of the business was a time challenge. In terms of, I thought I was already busy enough with the lots of things that were going on in my life, and this was Fred's idea, and so I wasn't real excited about adding something else to the schedule. What changed that for me were the wonderful people that we associated with in this business.
One of the things that our sponsors pointed out to us initially is don't be alarmed when your closest friends and your relatives decide that they don't want to do the business, even if they don't understand Amway, because that's a normal reaction, because most people don't understand the business. And if I had to list from 1 to 100 how I was going to be successful, Amway would not have been on my list.
Since I joined Amway, but Anthony has objection. And because he's a band manager, he has a different angle of view to see Amway. So he refused and stopped me to do this. But I insist to do. So in the first 3 months, I do it all by myself. So it's a hard time in the family to do this business because the other part, he didn't agree with me.
I didn't believe in myself. I was a young kid. I just got out of college, and I was a college kid, partying, didn't know what I really wanted to do. So it was just overcoming my fears more than anything.
I was scared of people. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was scared to talk to people, and that was probably the biggest challenge I had. You know, and when we had to go out and meet people and sponsor people, I really wished that they wouldn't be there, you know, because I was scared. And I had to overcome that, and Frank helped me along with that.
I saw it as an opportunity for Jim and I to do something together. He was working at the office every day, and I was home with the children, and our life seemed to be separating. And so when Amway came along, we looked at it as something really fun to do.
I guess the toughest thing was the no's and the rejections, realizing that when people say no, they're not necessarily saying no to you, they're saying no to the business. Either the concept is not right for them at this point, or they just don't see it, or they don't understand it, that you can't take it personal.
I'll reach for higher ground, new hope I've found, a road to call my own. Higher ground, with my head above the crowd, I know my heart has finally found a home.
Many years ago, Jay and I started a business of our own. It did not succeed. However, we did not quit. We continued to reach for higher ground. The purpose of this video is to acquaint you with those things in the Amway business that will increase your odds of success. It's the support things behind you. From a product standpoint, research into new products, manufacturing quality, to say nothing of teaching you new and exciting people skills. All this in addition to what you're receiving from your existing upline line of sponsorship. We trust that with this kind of support, you can reach for higher ground and have an exciting career in the Amway business. The halls at Amway World Headquarters are filled with names. Names of Amway direct distributors. People just like you who at one time signed an application to make a new beginning. They joined the unique Amway sales and marketing program. But the marketing program is always closely linked with the Amway Code of Ethics. When there are hundreds of thousands of people working in a program, they must learn to work together and to respect each other. That's why the Amway Code of Ethics is so important in our business, even as it is any business. If you follow the plan and the code, I would hope that someday your name will be listed amongst all these other winners.
The network marketing plan that Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel started with back in the 50s was simple. Market goods and services and sponsor others who do the same. As those who are sponsored go on to sponsor others, each person's business has the potential for excellent growth. Today, millions of distributors all over the world are marketing goods and services through the Amway Sales and Marketing Plan. Some as a supplement to their income, and others as a full-time, extremely profitable venture. It is a bold, innovative plan because it offers people the opportunity to be independent business owners while at the same time enjoying the marketing, research, and other advantages of a major corporation. It was created as a business opportunity with minimal startup and operating costs, and virtually no need for previous experience or education. It is a plan that can offer the freedom of having your own business and endless possibilities. The distributor organization that results from this plan is a line of support that becomes a family of sorts, with distributors acting as the first source of support to those they've sponsored, to train, service, and supply, and other people in the organization acting as backup support.
The line of sponsorship is extremely important because there's a family feeling which gives you a sense of belonging and that you're not in this business alone. And with the numbers of joining together, there's an enthusiasm and a support that you do not get if you're trying to work alone on your own.
We had the unusual situation of our sponsors not staying with the business long enough to understand what it could mean. But it gave us an opportunity at that point to look upline in our line of sponsorship and to find other people that we could relate to that could be the support that was necessary to help us move on and reach our own levels of success in the business.
We've basically viewed the line of sponsorship as a parent-teacher role in the business, and the parent has been down the road before a child has, and therefore they can teach them all the pitfalls along the way. And in that way, we've been able to learn from their mistakes, and we didn't have to make all the same mistakes ourselves.
They're the ones that initially believe in you and bring you into the business and give you that little bit of hope and share that little bit of a dream with you and the opportunity.
This line of sponsorship is one of the keys to the Amway Sales and Marketing Plan. Knowledgeable, caring distributors train, supply, and service those they've sponsored. It all begins with the sales kit and business reference manual you received when you became a distributor. And with access to your sponsor for answers and support, you have all that is necessary to start your Amway business. As you grow and successfully market goods and services, and sponsor others to do the same, you can be on your way to whatever goal you set.
Whenever we sign a couple up, or even a single person, we get the most excitement out of opening that kit and just going through and showing them all the different things that Amway has for us and to help us in our business.
You're perfectly well equipped, just as you are, to sponsor other people, to market products, to use products. But if your upline, if your organization has some resources that they might be able to electively and voluntarily make available to you, it's worthwhile to check them out.
In the beginning, we had a lot of help from our sponsor, who opened the kit with us and showed us everything that was available to us. He broke down everything for us. He showed us what was available from the business standpoint of view. He told us who to contact at Amway. He told us where to get the information that we needed. He gave us a plan. We sat down, we wrote down our dreams and our goals, things that we wanted, and the plan to execute that.
There's different levels of business that you can build in the Amway business. You can build a small business, you can build a big business, you can get involved and just be involved in retail. If that's all you want to do, and go out there and make some good extra money, going out there and having some customers. Or you can build a big business, which means you're building a people business, plus you have retail, and which is what Julie and I have chose to do.
And Rich DeVos also said, when your sponsoring isn't doing so well, go out and find some more customers and sponsor some of those. And that's very, very true. And that's how we have sponsored many people into our business, through customers.
The balanced business is important because you need both. You need the retailing and the sponsoring in order to succeed. We tell our organization that if you just sponsor people and you don't move the products, you don't have the business. And if you want a large business, you need to move the products and have a distributor force also.
When you are selling, you earn immediate income. But if you want to build a business of your own, then you have to do a sponsoring. By sponsoring, you can increase your business volume, and in return, you can build up a solid organization as a long-term goal to develop your business.
The unique Amway sales and marketing plan. The heart, the foundation for your success.
This is Amway World Headquarters. Out in the back, we manufacture products. Up above, we pay bonuses and keep track of your awards, your rewards, and try and keep the business on track. You know, in a business this size with so many people involved, oftentimes the message gets garbled as it's passed from one person to another. And so our goal constantly is to make sure you do it right the first time. That's why we have a sales kit, and that's why in that kit we have your business reference manual, which will give you all the do's and the don'ts, and also your code of ethics to help keep you on track so you do it right the first time. A couple of 100 miles away from here is the headquarters for Amway of Canada. And while they have a few different words and they have to deal in both French and in English, they too deal with this same material because we work together as one country in that sense to follow the same rules, the same code of ethics, and make sure we learn to respect each other. You know, when you do it right the first time, that means you have a better chance of doing it right all the time.
If there's one thing Amway has become known for, it's the satisfaction guarantee. Only a company that strives for excellence and insists on quality can offer such a guarantee, because they know a happy customer will always come back. State-of-the-art manufacturing facilities, a major commitment to ongoing research and development, and responsive people all combine to create a complete corporate resource for the distributor. Corporate support without corporate strings is what makes Amway the ideal business opportunity. An over $2 billion company that has made a commitment to you and thousands of other distributors. When there are problems or questions that direct distributors cannot address, they are directed to either corporate headquarters here in Ada, or for our Canadian distributors, to the sales division at Amway of Canada. Here in Ada, inquiries about products and services come into the Distributor Relations Divisional staff.
The most important thing that we try to get across to Amway distributors is that they are the most important person. If it wasn't for an Amway distributor, there would be no Amway Corporation. When a distributor calls Distributor Relations Department, they can expect to receive a friendly voice on the phone, prompt and sincere attention to any inquiries or challenges, also the knowledge that we are there for you.
Corporate support comes to you by way of product training workshops, in which experienced Amway professionals visit your area and provide the latest marketing information on a variety of products and services. Distributor support also comes in the form of audiovisual materials that train and inform. Publications like the Amagram, Newsgram, Just Among Friends, and a variety of business-related newsletters provide information about products, marketing trends, and fellow distributors. Video Report updates you on Amway activities 6 times a year. Video programs, audio cassettes, and literature are convenient, interesting ways to train, motivate, and inform. There are incentives for business growth and abundant rewards for jobs well done. Distributors can attend the annual convention, an invigorating time of product displays, entertainment, business contacts, and friendship. Direct distributors can also receive invitations to valuable seminars and annual incentive meetings. Successful distributors can also be invited to travel to Peter Island, Amway's private resort in the Caribbean, and cruise on the luxurious Enterprise. All all corporate benefits that independent Amway distributors can enjoy. A successful corporation is a caring leader that puts community and global concerns at the front of its agenda. 30 years ago, Amway had the foresight to distribute products with the environment in mind. Today, environmentally conscious is a buzzword among manufacturers. Amway's concern about the environment shows in more than the products they manufacture. It's evident in their support of worldwide educational efforts, like Ice Walk, an international expedition to the North Pole, for which the company received the prestigious United Nations Environment Programme's Award for Achievement, and their support of the American Forestry Association's efforts to combat global warming by planting trees all over the country. A caring corporation gives back to the community in which it does business. Enlisting its distributors all over the country to help others in need, Amway annually supports Easter Seals in their effort to help the handicapped and disabled. Knowledgeable, friendly people at the other end of the phone. Incentives and rewards for success. The solid reputation of a company that cares. It's these kinds of corporate support services that work for you, the distributor. With a sales and marketing plan and a solid code of ethics that are the foundation of the company, Amway has built a reputation unlike any other of its kind in the world. A leader in network marketing.
Some people are as reliable as sunrise. You can see it in their smile, feel it in their handshake. Their life is fulfilling. Their work is rewarding. Happiness is something they've created for themselves. Amway people. Hardworking Americans you can rely on to give their best every day.
I believe it is the premier network marketing business in the marketplace. I don't believe there's any others that can actually touch them any longer because they're so large. They've had such a great foothold in this network marketing business. And as far as the future, I see it's unlimited.
I'll never forget when we went to our first Amway meeting and we got the privilege of hearing Rich DeVos speak. And he was talking about how his idea of the future of Amway was that it would be not only a business for us, but a business for our children and our children's children. And at the time, I just couldn't quite grasp that concept. And yet today, here we are 19 years later, and it's been a business for us, for our children, and now our children are at the age where the one thing they want to do is to have an Amway business. And so to me, that is the future of Amway. It's the future of our children and our children's children.
We see ourselves, and this may sound kind of funny, but we see ourselves in a marriage with this corporation. We wouldn't be anywhere without the corporation, and in some respects, the corporation wouldn't be anywhere without the distributorship. We're just looking forward to walking into the 90s together, and incredible things are going to happen.
This company and this organization have been a phenomenal model for our type of business through the years. We have a 30-year track record of integrity, of respect in the industry, of financial stability.
Brad and I are young, and we have a young family, and we sleep well at night knowing where the Amway Corporation is going, the future of the Amway Corporation, and know that we've got a great security and stability in this business, being that it is our sole source of income.
In fact, if you're just getting involved, you don't even know yet the potential of what this business has, all the product lines that it has to offer, the residual income benefits, and just how simple it is to build a very significant income base for your future.
It all began with a simple box of soap. But behind the box of soap is the quality that goes with it, so that we could stand on this product and people could come to know and believe in the Amway name. As you look at our many products and services today, just as in the beginning, we stand behind the product.
The array of Amway products and services provides distributors with enormous opportunities. You may decide to focus on marketing only one or two types of products at first to get the feel for your business. You'll find that the core of this business is in repeat sales of consumable items, products that are used up and replaced regularly. The home care line is a well-respected line of consumables with products like SA8 Plus Concentrate, the world's finest laundry detergent, and other versatile home care products. Health and beauty are profitable lines. And Artistry Cosmetics leads the way with skincare products and cosmetics developed by a staff of beauty experts and research scientists. And the well-known Neutralite product line is famous for 50 years of developing high-quality supplements. When you're ready to expand your business, high-ticket and high-tech items offer excellent profitability. Products that Amway Corporation stands behind. Amway's regional distribution centers, or RDCs, are strategically located in the U.S. and Canada, providing you with a sophisticated and efficient means of receiving your product orders. From case lots to eaches, these RDCs offer a variety of purchase and delivery options. Your sponsor and upline can help you select the best method for you. The many services offered can act as additional income to the consumables area. Services like MCI Long Distance Service, Coca-Cola BrakeMate, Ultimate Legal, and the Amway Motoring Plan, which offers new cars at reduced prices. This association with nationally known brands is yet another merchandising edge for you. And catalog sales fill out your offerings. From the personal shopper's catalog that's loaded with name brand products, to the AmaGift gift albums, and others in between, Amway makes shopping at home simple. Products and services that can help your business grow. A respected company that stands behind everything you offer.
My favorite Amway product is by far the all-fabric bleach. I have used that on my 9-year-old's clothes. I've had 9-year-old stains that came out, and I was real impressed. I thought that, you know, something that works that good, that fast, is something I better hang on to.
Well, the first word that comes to mind is quality. And I guess the second would be it's economical, because you really don't have to use as much as other products, and they do last longer.
I run a full daycare. I have 6 kids that aren't my own, along with my 2, and we go through, I must do at least 1.5 boxes of all-fabric bleach plus other cleaning supplies every week.
Well, I like the fact that they do what they say they're going to do.
Well, you know, when we first got in the business, our sponsors basically said to us, Ron, the business is built on the core products. You know, we're talking about the household products, the personal use products, those sorts of things that Amway has made that you use every day.
We also have an upline, a support team that will help us run and build our businesses. But if it's actually going to happen, it's the person that you look at in the mirror first thing in the morning that's going to make it happen.
It's not always comfortable to speak with people. It's not always comfortable to merchandise products. If you're willing to go through being uncomfortable a little bit, the rewards are fantastic.
Or you're leading them into a new life of something. You're putting a whole new slant on their life. You're opening up a new arena of products for them to use and services, new people for them to meet, new goals for them to reach, new dreams for them to have. You're opening up horizons for people the same way that I felt when I was teaching in a classroom.
When you get your sales and marketing kit, that's a knife. And you can cut any size of the pie you want, any size that you're willing to work for. You've got the tools in your hand. Now, the idea is just, are you going to cut a little slice or no slice? You're going to cut a big slice. It's really up to you. You can have whatever you're willing to work for in this business.
You can come in with any education level. You can come in building the business as a single or as a couple. You can be in any country, any state. Doesn't matter where you live. And it doesn't matter what your race is, it doesn't matter what your age is. And I look at Brad and I and what we've been able to create with our particular situation, and that's overwhelming to me, that's exciting to me. There's no job that I could have ever offered that for us.
Well, the thing that we understand is Amway will always be there. And we have total faith in the Amway Corporation because they have done everything possible to help us build our businesses. And we know that if we do our share, they're going to do theirs.
Jim and I have always looked at this business as a gift, a beautiful present that we've wrapped. And every night we go out and hand it to somebody and say, here, this is something that you can keep if you would like. And if they don't want it, that's fine. We take it back and go give it to someone else. But Amway is a gift that was given to us and a gift that we want to continue giving to others.
Something for everyone. That's the Amway business.
Authors and academics and business leaders are all boldly predicting trends for the 1990s. Many of their so-called trends are Amway traditions, and that's a credit to our leadership. Here's a list of some of the predicted trends for the 90s. I think you'll find most of them very familiar. Environmental protection, a return to volunteerism and community concern, increased global marketing in a free world economy, flexibility to meet the challenges of rapid change, and a return to quality and customer service. For Amway, these trends of the 90s are the foundation of our success. They're the traditions that build our business. As we approach the 21st century, we'll remain committed to our traditions and our bedrock beliefs and our goals and dreams. We also know that we have the flexibility to meet the challenges of this era of very rapid change. When Rich and I started Amway in our basements of our homes, we had a dream. We dreamed that everyone should have the opportunity to be in business for themselves. And today I look at this tremendous group, this great crowd, and see all of you as fulfillment of that dream. And Rich and I thank all of you because you have made our dreams come true, as we hope that we have helped you make your dreams come true. Thank you.
Well, it's been our privilege to show you the things that stand behind you to support you. That includes our R&D facilities here, manufacturing, our personnel departments, and all the things we have here. But we're helpless to help you until you decide to help yourself. When Jay and I started in this business 40 years ago, we started with $49, less than you did. Bought a sales kit, just like you did. But we did something. Within 1 hour after our first meeting, we made our first sale and got our first customer. Within our first month, we held our first meeting and invited other people over to hear about the business. And until you do one or both of those things, it doesn't really matter what stands behind you, because you will never turn it into an action step. Jay and I did that simple thing that I plead with you to do now. Sell some Amway products tomorrow, today, now. And begin to schedule a meeting with some of your friends to tell them about the Amway business. That's what it's all about. And that turns all of this hope and all of these dreams into action. And then you can begin, hopefully, to see the fruit of all of that. We've talked about reaching higher ground. Now let's stop worrying about what we did right or wrong in the past and begin to reach for that higher ground by doing those simple things. Our best wishes go with you as you begin this new chapter in your life.
I'll reach for higher ground, new hope I found, a road to call my own. Higher ground, with my head above the crowd, I know my heart has finally found a home. Chance for something better, chance to try again. I'll take my dream down off the shelf, ready to begin, ready to begin, to reach for higher ground, new hope I found, a road to call my own.
Hi, I'm Linda Brooks, certified reboundologist. I'm here to share with you the fun and dynamics of what I call the ultimate exercise. I started rebounding 16 years ago, and I got certified by Al Carter, whom many of you know as the father of rebound exercise. I wrote my book, Rebounding to Better Health, because my clients asked me for it. Now this video comes to you by way of popular demand also. A demand for basics, like how to stand on the rebounder, and how and when to bounce, jump, or jog. So this is not just an ordinary workout session. During this session, I'm going to show you the ABCs of proper rebound technique so that you can put together a program that is safe and fun and effective. Something that's just right for you. At the end of this session, I'll tie all the pieces of the puzzle together with fun, short aerobic sessions on 3 levels. One for beginners, one for intermediates, and one for the advanced aerobics enthusiasts. Then you can tie all those pieces of puzzle together for you. This is my soft bounce rebounder from Needak Manufacturing. In my opinion, this is the safest and most effective, as well as convenient and durable unit on the market today. You know, there are 2 main reasons why some people might have trouble rebounding. They're either bouncing the wrong way, or they're using an inferior rebounder. The soft bounce rebounder has specially coiled springs that are longer. They give you a more buoyant bounce with less of your effort. More bounce to the ounce, so to speak. There are 36 coiled springs to give you stability as you bounce. The durable Permatron mat and the solid steel frame of this unit, along with these specially coiled springs, make it a winner for effective rebounding. This is our stabilizer bar that we're going to use today. It's adjustable in height, and it can be hooked on and off the legs of your rebounder as you need it. I've already put it on my rebounder today so that I can show those of you who need security as you bounce how to use this bar and do special movements with it in place. Let's start with a brief definition of rebound exercise. My definition says that rebound exercise utilizes the 3 natural forces of acceleration, deceleration, and gravity to strengthen every cell of the body while flushing out all the toxins without stress to the weight-bearing joints. Now that goes way beyond the normal benefits of exercise. The question is, how do you move on this rebounder to get those benefits effectively? Now it's time for you to get up on your rebounder. I'm going to show you those ABCs that you've asked for. We're going to bounce before we jump, but we're going to learn to stand even before we bounce. You notice that I'm barefoot, and I'd recommend that everybody rebound barefoot. Now, if you're using tennis shoes and you like that feeling, go ahead and do it. You may have special shoes that are designed right now for your feet that you feel comfortable in, and that's okay. I think that barefoot, you're able to grip the mat and you get a little bit of a foot reflexology when you're barefoot. I do caution you, though, against rebounding in stocking feet. Socks can become slippery. So either use those tennis shoes or go barefoot. Now, speaking of feet, let's see how to put our feet on the rebounder. Where do we put them? How do we stand? I'm in the center of my rebounder, but I'm going to place my feet about 10 to 12 inches apart so that my feet are straight down from my hips. That gives you a really good balance and distributes your weight evenly. Notice what happens if I put my feet too close together. When my feet are too close together in the center of my rebounder, my ankles turn in And that puts an adverse stress on my ankles, my knees, hips, and ultimately my spine. It also throws me off balance, so I'm very wobbly. So you want to move your feet out about 10 to 12 inches apart. Feel good and feel comfortable, a nice balance. My feet are flat on the mat, you see. We're not tipping up and we're not trying to jump or bounce at this point. Now let's move up to the knees. We want to be sure that our knees are relaxed when we bounce, not locked. If I lock my knees, I'm pulling them back, and that's hard on the tendons, and it's also shutting off circulation. So let your knees come forward a little bit. Now they're in a nice relaxed position. So feet flat on the mat, knees relaxed, and now we're moving up to the hips. The hips, again, need to be straight down so that they're facing straight down to your rebounder mat, not tilted. If I throw my pelvis forward or backward, that's putting a stress on the spine. So let the hips be nice and straight. Our knees are relaxed, and we're still flat on the mat. Now that we've got that in line, let's move up to the spine. The spine, too, needs to be tall and straight. We want to train our body properly now, and rebound exercise is strengthening every cell of the body. So we don't want to stand hunched or curved. We want to be tall and straight to train that body properly. If you stand straight and tall, you'll have better circulation, better coordination, and better balance as you bounce. So let's stand nice and tall, pull the shoulders up, and just drop them back. That will give you a nice relaxed stance through the shoulder area. Put the chin up, and here's our stance. Feet straight on the mat, flat on the mat, about a foot apart, knees relaxed, hips straight down, spine nice and straight, roll those shoulders up and drop them back. Chin up, and this is a good way to begin bouncing. Now we're ready to begin a gentle bounce, and we do that by gently lifting our heels, not taking our feet from the mat. Gently lift your heels, or you might gently shrug your shoulders just a little bit. Once you get going, you'll notice that the buoyancy of your rebounder and the springiness of those special springs will keep you going with very little of your effort. Now, some people tend to get this bouncing motion confused with jumping. If this is so good for you and so much fun, they tend to leave the mat and call this a bounce. So I caution you now that as long as we're talking about bouncing, we keep our feet flat on the mat. Okay? Line up the body and try bouncing with me now. We're going to relax the knees, stand straight and tall, and just gently lift your heels and get your body bouncing. Now this is called the health bounce. This is called the health bounce because it strengthens every cell and flushes the toxins from every cell of the body. The health bounce is important because everybody does it, so we learn to do it right. We're going to just bounce together in a few moments, and while we're doing that, we realize that every cell of the body gets stronger. When you went to the doctor last, did your doctor recommend that you go home and exercise your liver, your spleen, your pancreas, your veins, your arteries, your brain? No? Probably not. But you realize that as you health bounce, you do get exercise to the liver, the spleen, the arteries, every cell of the body. This is the only exercise that utilizes the three forces of acceleration, deceleration, and gravity to strengthen those internal organs effectively. In rebound exercise, the three natural forces of acceleration, deceleration, and gravity are lined up in one plane. And there's a study done by Albert Einstein that shows that when these three forces, instead of being on opposing planes, are lined up in one plane, the body feels them as one compact force. It feels them as gravity. Now, the body already knows what to do when it opposes gravity, as in weightlifting. When it opposes gravity, it just gets stronger. Since all your cells now are going up and down as you gently bounce, they're being stimulated by that compact force of acceleration, deceleration, and gravity to get stronger. Now, as I gently bounce, the fluid in my lymph veins is being forced to flow, removing toxins and waste from all the cells of my body. Now, the lymph flows through lymph veins throughout the body that have one-way valves. And these valves are placed there throughout the lymph veins to keep the lymph from pooling in the feet. So gravity normally holds these valves shut. And at the bottom of my bounce, the lymph valve is closed. But at the top of my bounce, I'm weightless for a split second. And as I start to fall down, that centrifugal force of my falling causes the lymph fluid to flow, opening up that valve and flushing the toxins from the body. Now, because I'm bouncing, every cell of my body is getting cleaner. Now, because the fluid is flowing and all the dead cells and the toxins are being removed from the body, the white blood cell count is increased. So in a couple of minutes of my health bouncing, my white blood cell count can be tripled. An hour after rebounding, that white blood cell count goes back to normal. So we can repeat the health bounce every hour on the hour for therapeutic bouncing. So now let's just health bounce to some music. We're all going to stand properly with our feet on the mat. We'll relax the knees. Make sure that your body is in a nice tall position. And we'll just gently lift our heels and just begin the bounce. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle, easy flowing. Now as you're bouncing, to take the stress off the calves of your legs, if you just feel a little stiffness, you can rotate your weight back and forth from foot to foot without lifting your heels. My knees are relaxed and they're coming forward one at a time, rotating back and forth. From the side, it looks like this. Getting loosened up, feeling better all the time. Okay, that's a nice beginning motion to any exercise. So now, bounce it out. That was a good, gentle, invigorating bounce. Now, something else to help you with your posture is proper breathing. We're going to learn how to breathe from the gut, so to speak, instead of the shallow breathing that we do most of the time. We're going to learn to take a deep breath and pull it down to the diaphragm so that it expands, and when we blow out the air, it contracts. If you take a deep breath, and this goes in, and then comes out, that's backwards. So we want to take a deep breath, pull it all the way down, expand that diaphragm, and then blow it out. We'll do it again. Try that with me. Relax and blow it out. Okay, learning to take a deep breath is very important as you rebound because you need to get oxygen to all of the cells. So now we're going to take a deep breath together. Do that with me. And blow it out. One more time. Feel that diaphragm expand and relax. Okay, now we're going to put some things together. We're going to stand properly, line up relax the knees, line up the hips and the spine, drop those shoulders back and take a nice relaxing breath. And blow it out. Next, we're going to take our arms and stretch high overhead. And as we do this, we're going to learn to deep breathe. Pull your arms overhead and inhale. Nice tall stretches. Pull your arms down and relax and let let that diaphragm just relax as you blow out the air. Again. Blow it out as you pull your arms down. Feel better? If anybody's getting dizzy, you're taking in too much air too fast, just relax now and bounce it through us. Bounce through that with us. Let's go again. Nice tall stretch. Breathe in and relax. That's really getting the oxygen flowing. And we're going to pull some music up now, and we'll bounce together as we learn to do these nice tall stretches. So standing properly, arms up, blow it out and relax. Tummy in, reach up tall, a little taller, and relax. Nice, easy health bouncing. You can remember to gradually shift your weight back and forth to take the stress off those calves of and down in the ankles. Tall stretch. And relax. Let's do it again. Breathing in and relax. Let's breathe to the count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Breathe it out. 2, 3, 4. That's nice and relaxing. Be happy. Nobody can be sad on the rebounder. This is a nice, relaxing motion. It's going to get oxygen flow to the brain, so you'll feel better, you're more creative, you can get more done throughout the day. One more deep breath. And relax, pull the arms down, bounce it out a little bit. Let's take it down. So remember, health bouncing is for everyone. Now the question is, how often and how long do you bounce? Maintenance health bouncing is done 1 to 2 minutes, 4 to 5 times a day. Therapeutic health bouncing is done 1 to 2 minutes every hour of the day. For aerobics, you health bounce 1 minute to warm up, 1 minute to cool down. Now sports trainers health bounce 30 seconds in between their weight stations, and weight loss students health bounce for 1 to 3 minutes before each meal. Now let's look at another type of movement. If this type of bouncing is strengthening every cell of my body at once, and I really want to build more strength, then all I need to do is increase the force of my falling, and I just jump. This is called the strength bounce because it's increasing the force of my fall. Now, strength jumping is done after you have bounced your cells into condition to being able to jump. Now, the time this takes will vary from person to person. I caution anyone right now who has an injury or a weak back, weakness in the knees, any type of a weakness, or if you're just a very, very, very beginner, not to jump with me today. So people with injuries, you just bounce it out as we jump. In a few weeks of health jumping, those people who are just beginning an exercise program could be able to jump with me. So you can watch this video in a few weeks and pick it up from there. Okay, as we learn to health bounce, we know that it's strengthening every cell of the body at once, so now we just begin with light jumping. Seniors and beginners, you are barely taking your feet off the mat at this point. We're jumping just lightly. Coming up on the balls of your feet, and then sinking your heels down into the mat. You are leaving the mat just slightly. Now, intermediates and advanced aerobic students can do more jumping. So let's graduate up to the intermediates, and you will actually leave the mat with a nice invigorating jump. just a few inches off the mat. When you go higher, this is for advanced aerobic students, where you really leave the mat and do those high kicks. In the advanced movements, we have lots of different bounces that we can do. We're jumping using arm motions, incorporating jumping jack motions, and our power jump. Even high motions that we call the fanny kick. So now those of you who do not have injuries, you do not have weakness in the back or in the ankles or the knees, can jump with me lightly. We're going to put on some music and do a minute of strength jumping, but we're going to start with the beginners and seniors. So beginners and seniors, warm up with the health bounce now. And now you're going to just lightly take your feet from the mat. Easy jumping. Just coming off the mat. A few jumps at a time. Beginners, that's enough. You don't have to do a lot of strength jumping at one time. You want to ease your body into it. Now, intermediates, you'll come higher. Come with me and enjoy that nice, buoyant feeling. We're airborne. Coming up off the mat. You could continue that for a minute or two in your aerobic session. Now, advanced students, come with me. We're going to fly and come way up high. Put your arms in motion. Try a few jumping jacks with me. Power jumps. Now, advanced students, remember that you can do those strength jumps throughout your aerobic routine. Aerobics are fun, and they can be done on all levels in some fashion. Remember to warm up with a health bounce, and then you can incorporate a variety of fun movements, from easy-paced to fast, vigorous motions. Now, the beauty of Rebound exercise is that you can get your heart rate up easily simply by bringing your arms up to chest level and keeping them up as you move. So we're going to incorporate some arm motions, and those using the stabilizer bar as we jog now, or as we begin these movements, those using the stabilizer bar will use one arm at a time. Try it with me. Okay, the first motion we're going to start with today is called the front kick. That's a warm-up motion. After you warm up with a minute of health bouncing, you can go into the front kick. It's done with the arms down to the sides, so we're not getting our heart rate up, and it's done by just placing the feet out in front of you, alternating from side to side. We'll have our arms going also, swinging them from side to side. It looks like this for the beginners. Tapping the front of the mat with your feet, alternating from side to side, get the feet in motion, and then you can drop one arm at a time. Intermediates, you'll extend your foot all the way in front of the mat and keep your arms down, swinging them from side to side. Advanced, full extension all the way out, swing those arms all the way back. That's how it looks. Now you can do it with me. Seniors and beginners, start off bouncing, hold that bar, and front kick, back and forth, back and forth. Arms one at a time. Intermediates, get ready to go with me, and you're going to kick. kick, a little bit of a bounce. Chorus line, that looks good. Now advanced people, stretch all the way out. Get more of a bounce. Stretch that kick out and swing those arms. Okay, that's the first step. That's a warm-up step, remember. The second warm-up step we're going to do is called the side to side. Watch me as I do it. It means just going to the side of the rebounder and pulling your other foot over and tapping at the toe. So it's side, step, side, step, side, step. That's all there is to it. So seniors and beginners, you can start with me now, and we're going to go through this together to the music. Side, step. Hold that bar if you need it. Don't have to worry about the arms. We haven't put them in motion yet. A nice little easy side step. This is a playful step to start with. Intermediates, get ready. We're just going to step with more of a bounce. That's all. More of a bounce and a little bit of a faster pace. Side to side, keep the arms down. Advance, get ready. More of a bounce. Okay, you notice the difference between these motions in levels is just the height of your bounce and the pace. So anybody can do these motions. You just have to remember to bounce on your level and use that pace for your level. The next motion we're going to do is the good old twist. And everybody likes a twist. This is done basically by standing with your feet properly in the middle of your mat, about a foot apart. Get a nice tall stance. And we're going to twist from the waist down. My torso is going to stay forward toward you as I twist my heels from side to side. I'm twisting from the waist down. This is really good exercise for the upper torso, the waist, and below the waist. So now I'm going to show you as we bounce, put your hands on your waist, then you'll feel your action. Heels go from side to side. Twist, bounce, twist, bounce, twist, bounce, twist, bounce, twist, bounce. Beginners, you will keep your feet pretty much on the mat. Swing your heels from side to side, just lifting them enough to twist them. Twist, 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 twist. Intermediates, you'll come off the mat just a little bit with your twist. Raise your feet off the mat just enough to get more of an extension. And advanced, a high twist, and a fuller extension. So let's get the music up, and we're going to do this together. We're going to start with the beginners. I know you're warmed up by now. Put your hands on your waist and lift your heels gently. Twist, bounce, twist, bounce, twist, bounce, twist, bounce. Hold that bar. Twist, bounce. Now twist, 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 twist. Feel that motion? Keep your torso straight. Intermediates, get ready. We're going to leave the mat now. Intermediates, arms at your waist. Leave the mat and twist. We're keeping our arms low because this is still warming up. That's feeling good. Stretching everything out. Remember to take a nice deep breath. Keep breathing deeply. Advanced students, get ready. Keep your arms at waist height and twist with a higher bounce and a fuller extension. You can twist farther. Give it that high bounce. And now let's come down and relax. That's the basic twist. We started out with our arms at waist level. Now to get our heart rates up, what we want to do is bring our arms up higher. So we're going to do the same twist and put the arms up at our chest level. So now the heart is pumping up here and we get our heart rate up. So it's the same twist. And that's done on every level, seniors, beginners, and advanced. The next motion for the twist is another arm motion, and that's when we even go higher. So we're going to do the same twist, and we're going to call this an overhead twist. So we get our body going, same twist, but now we're going to put our arms overhead. All levels can do this. Overhead twist. Breathe in. There. Okay, so let's try it. We're going to do another twist together, starting with the beginners and then the intermediates and advanced. I'm going to start with my arms down low. Those holding the bar will do that. Then we'll raise our arms to chest level, and then we'll do the overhead twist. Okay, beginning with the beginners. Arms at waist level. Hold on to that bar. Now you can move one arm at a time. Got it. Bringing the arms up to chest level. And switch. Gently coming off that mat with your heels. No jumping. Now, if you're ready to, take it into an overhead twist. One arm at a time. And switch. Okay, beginners, and you relax and bounce it out. Intermediates, get ready. And we're going to twist, starting with our arms at waist level, coming up off the mat. Bring your arms up to chest, gently jumping, not too high. Now we're going to take it into an overhead twist, and all you have to do is bring your arms up, keep bouncing, twist with every jump. That's good stretches. Feels good all over. Advanced aerobics, get ready. We're going to start with your arms at waist level, then jump as we twist. Nice high jumps. Twist all the way around, up to chest level. Take it into an overhead. Nice full extension at the waist. Breathe in. And we'll bounce it out. That's the twist. Basically, we've just added different arm motions. There's one more thing I want to show you about the twist before we move on to another movement. We've been concentrating on keeping our heels going together side to side. Now we want to open this up, and I'm going to show you what I call the open twist, where instead of bouncing with the heels side to side, we bring the heels forward, alternating back and forth. This is another fun motion, and as we do this, we're going to put some nice flexibility to the inner thighs. You'll also start feeling this in the fanny. Feels really good. So it's the same basic motion that we're going to do with the arms. This is one you can really play with when you're doing aerobics. And you get your music cranked up to your speed, remember. You'll love it. So let's start out with the arms down at waist height. We're going to start with the beginners. We're going to twist back and forth gently. Hold on to that bar. And now pull those heels forward. Keep your feet down on the mat. You're not jumping. Just slide those heels forward, only slightly. You don't have to go all the way out to front, just slightly forward. Open it up, using different muscles in the legs now. We can use the same arm motions. Front arm motions. Raise that arm motion to the chest level. Now we're going overhead. Other side. Good. Nice and gentle. You've really loosened up the entire body now. Okay, beginners, you can bounce it out. Relax. And let's get the intermediates up. Get them going with this new open twist. We're going to incorporate all the arm motions. Start twisting. Come off the mat. Arms down low. Bring those heels forward. That's the open twist. You're actually coming off the mat. Bring the arms up now. Chest level. And let's go overhead. Overhead and open stance. That's really invigorating. And you're right there in your own living room. Okay. Cool it down. Advanced people, get ready. We're going to come off the mat. Open up that stance. Bring the arms up higher. Ready to fly. Overhead. Here we go. Open stance. Coming up as high as is comfortable off the mat. Don't try to go too high. Okay, that's the twist. There's a lot you can do with the twist. The thing about the twist is it gets your heart rate up gently. It's not a strenuous movement. And you can incorporate any kind of movements with your arms. We'll do some at the end of this session. Right now, I want to show you another move called the cross crawl. Cross crawl's fun. It begins with just bringing your leg up to the opposite elbow. We're going to bring the knee toward the opposite elbow, just as far as it will come. One thing to be careful about doing the cross crawls is that we don't want to lean over and bring our elbow down to our knee. That puts a stress on the spine. So we want to stand up tall and straight, bring that left knee up toward the right elbow, just as far as it will come right now. Crossing over. This is good for balancing right-left brain, getting us nice and balanced, coordinated. If you have trouble with this in the beginning, stay with it. Try it every day with this video. You'll get it in no time, in just a few days. Okay? Seniors and beginners, you'll gently come up, crossing over, hold on to the bar. Intermediates, okay, bounce it out, beginners. Intermediates, you'll come up a little higher. But do this just as high as feels good. Advanced, all the way up, and you should be able to touch. Now the beauty of the cross crawl is you can do the cross crawl after you have warmed up, after you've done some light jogging or some twisting. Try some cross crawls in your aerobic session. Then stop that motion, continue something else, come back to the cross crawls later, and you'll find that that knee will most likely come up higher. That just shows you how quickly you build flexibility when you're on the rebounder. So now let's do the cross crawls together. Get the music up. Beginners, let's go. And lift opposite knee to opposite elbow gradually. Real easy. If it's just a few inches, that's fine. It's the cross motion that's important here. Okay, bounce it out, relax. Intermediates, get ready. And we're going to lift up and give a little bounce with each motion. With each knee lift, just a little bounce. That's looking good. Feeling nice and loose, really flexible. Bounce it out, or you can just continue if you're able. The advanced aerobics is going to look like this. Come with me, and all the way up. Good one, a little kick, a little bit of a bounce. That's a great warm-up. It gives you flexibility all through the legs. Now you're ready to fly through the rest of your aerobic session. Bounce it out a bit, and I'm going to show you the back kick. The back kick is done by walking up toward the front of your rebounder. And I'm going to do this from the side so that you can see that I'm stretching out one leg and the arm from the same side to the back, and then I'm going to walk toward the front and stretch out the other side. That's the leg motion. Now we're going to incorporate the arm motions in front too. So as I'm stretching out one leg and one arm on one side, I've got the other arm out front, and I'm going to continue the motions reversing from side to side. And it looks like this. Get that legs in motion first, and then I'm pretending that out here in front of me I have some ropes, and I'm pulling on those ropes as I pull my arms back. So it's a pull motion. Kick and pull. This is done on all three levels, remember? So we'll begin with the beginners, and they will just do a gentle motion to the back, kicking back just as far as is comfortable. Don't try to extend all the way back. So it's an easy kick to the back, gentle motions with your arms reaching out in front, just about shoulder height, and pull, and pull. Intermediates would look like this. You'll extend farther and pull up just about to the height of your eyes with your arms. Advanced, you'll extend that leg all the way back, and you'll pull with the other arm all the way up as high as you can reach. So now you have full extension with the legs and the arms. So let's begin. We'll get the music up, and the beginners come up a little bit toward the front of your rebounders, and then we'll reach back, pull the arms back, gentle. All right. Gentle back kicks. Reaching out and pulling. Don't take your arms up too high. Pulling, this is just good stretching. But since you're bouncing, you're strengthening every cell of the body at the same time. Okay, bounce that out. Intermediates, come with me to the music now. And we're going to reach farther. Get your arms up just about up to eye level, and pull, and pull. Pull, and kick, and pull, and kick, and pull, and kick, and pull, kick, and pull. Bounce it out. Advanced people, come with me. Join me. We're going to extend all the way out. Stretch, and kick, and stretch, and kick, and stretch, and kick, and stretch, and kick. That's fun. Now you're really getting pliable, you're getting loosened up, and these are getting into some of the more vigorous moves that we'll do. I want to show you the shuffle, which is the partner to the back kick. The shuffle is done by kicking out in front and alternating the feet. Kicking out to the heel, one foot at a time. I'll show you from the side. That's the shuffle. You don't have to come way up off the mat. Just light movement, side to side. We do put the arms in motion with this move, and they're going to do what we did in the back kick, where we're pulling. Now we're pulling in front of us as we do the shuffle. So we put the feet in motion, get the arms in motion, pulling on that rope as if it's coming down in front of us. Beginners would look like this. Gentle kick in front, Hold that bar. Intermediates would look like this. Medium height. And advanced, you reach all the way up and extend. Extend the legs and the arms. Okay, that's a good warming up motion. Now you can do it with me. Beginners, we're going to crank up the music and let's shuffle a bit. If this is confusing or too difficult at this moment, bounce through it. You'll catch on in a few weeks. Just watch the video again. Shuffle the feet. Okay, get that going. And now move the arms. One arm at a time. Keep your balance by grabbing that bar. Intermediates, come with me. And we're going to go higher. A little more bounce. Advanced people, full extension. Okay, that's the shuffle. We've done a lot of different moves. There are many running motions to do in rebounding, and we'll go through a few of those. Light jogging. This can be done on all levels. Where the seniors, just pick your feet barely off the mat. You can jog and run. We can also sprint, where you just lift the legs higher, but you go at a slower pace. So now let's do some of those running motions together. Beginners, hold on to the bar. And as we do this light jogging, pick it up now, lightly coming off the mat. Lightly coming off the mat. Almost like a little fast walk. Hold the bar, and let's put the arms in motion. One arm at a time. Now we're going to go overhead. And we're going to go out in front. Push and pull. A little more of a sprint. Beginners, just go at a slower pace. Do a few high leg raises. Just a few. Come back to that light jog and continue with some other easy aerobic moves. Intermediates, let's go to the music. Jog, arms in motion. We can go up high, out in front. High sprint. Medium pace. Remember to vary your motions as you're running and jogging. It'll take the stress off the muscles. Advanced people, come on. Let's jog. Pick up the pace. Go a little higher. Arms in motion. Out in front. And sprint. Okay, let's bounce it out. I've shown you several motions. I introduced you to jumping earlier. Now I'm going to take you through some practice jumping motions, starting with the seniors, the beginners. Remember, anybody can jump after a few weeks of health bouncing to get ready for that jump. Seniors and beginners will barely take ourselves off the mat. Intermediates, remember, we'll come up a few inches, and advanced people all the way up, airborne. So let's begin with some music, and we're going to do these jumping motions with arms at the same time. Beginners, let's go. Light jumping, feet just gently off the mat. Hold the bar and do the same arm motions. that you do when you're jogging. Just a few light jumps, and that's enough. You can increase that in time. Intermediates, we're going to come off the mat, use these nice, full, tall stretches. This is the one we learned when we were breathing. You can do jumping jacks, overhead, and power jumps, not too high. Just coming off the mat. Okay, bounce it out. Advanced people, let's do some nice tall stretches. Up high. Power jumps. Coming up off the mat as high as is comfortable for you to come, and to the beat of the music. Bounce it out and relax. I know all your cells are singing, and I've introduced you to a number of rebound movements now. The one I want to show you next, to me, is the most important. This is a motion that you can do after you have gotten into your routine. Get your favorite music on and play. This is important. It leads you to creativity, to fun, and to getting in tune with what your body can do. Rebound dance is what I'm talking about, and that's a playful motion where you just crank up your music, get your body warmed up, and play. We call this dance, and we can do this on any level, and that's a motion where you just don't have any contrived activity going on. So seniors and beginners, let's try some. Let's get the music going, and now it's your turn to play. Hold your bar and dance. What feels good? You want to go side to side? Incorporate some of the moves that you've learned if you wish, but just play. Intermediates, let's move. What feels good to you? Easy moves. Advanced people, let's go. What feels good? Play around. Be free. And you can choreograph. But remember to have fun on your rebounder. Rebounding is fun and very therapeutic since it strengthens and cleanses every cell of the body at once. Now, to promote healing throughout the body or in one area, as in an injury, rebounding short sessions of 1 to 2 minutes several times a day is extremely helpful. I would suggest rebounding at least 5 times a day. Now, those with arthritis, balance problems, varicose veins, or other injuries throughout the body can remember to do those short, repeated sessions throughout the day. People with cancer or other immune disorders would do very well to rebound 1 to 2 minutes every hour on the hour every day. Now for people with weight loss problems, remember to incorporate your rebounding in a nice aerobic workout session, but also come back and do those short sessions of health bouncing before each meal. Bouncing 1 to 3 minutes, 15 minutes before each meal will curb your appetite and help to boost your metabolism, help your digestion and absorption, and give you boosts of energy too. Now let's put this all together. We're going to do a short session, and it's going to be a fun session of aerobic moves, and we're going to start with the beginners. So beginners, get on your feet. Okay, beginners, let's take some nice deep breaths. Stretch up tall. Do a little more warm-up. Okay, easy health bounces, telling the body we're really getting ready to exercise here. Nice, easy motions. Remember to breathe. Standing up tall. And we're going to start with the front kick. So hold your bar and let's get fancy. Kick, 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 kick. Yeah. We're going to switch now to side. So come over to the side. Yeah. Gentle movements. Hold your bar. Now get ready, we're going to take it into a nice gentle twist. We're going to keep our arms at waist level. This is still warm-up period. Slide those heels side to side. You're looking just great. Take it into a light jog. Remember, just gently lift up the feet. We're easing into this. It's about as hard as you have to work right now. We're going to go back to the twist. And we're going to move our arms up to chest level. Getting the heart rate slowly up. Slide your feet. No jumping. Feeling better? We're going to go back to the front kick, and we're going to put those feet farther out in front, alternating the arms. Ah, you look like chorus line. We'll be there in no time. Since we got our feet going out, let's bring those knees up and do some cross crawls, gently, just as far as they want to come. Easy does it. Easy does it. Now let's try some jumps. Hold your bar. Just come gently off the mat. That's good. Increasing the force on the cells. Nice, easy jumps, but just a few. That's as much as we have to do. Bounce it out a little. And we're going back to that cross-crawl motion and see what happens. Do your knees come up just a little higher? Maybe so. If not, no concern. They will. Enjoy those cross-crawls. Stretching out the family just a little bit. Okay, hold your bar now. And we're going to try a little front shuffle. Remember, this is where the feet go out in front. And you can hold your bar for balance. You can pull your arms up in front if you wish. Grab that bar. This can be done also. Keep your arms on the bar. We're going back to the twist. Arms up. If you want to do overhead now, go ahead. Stretch it out. You may want to keep your arms down at chest level. And that's okay. Overhead if you want to. chest level. Now let's drop our arms down to waist height. Down. That's as much as we have to do today. Arms at waist. We're starting to cool down. You notice we're going through those same motions that we used to warm up now. We go back to the side kick. Side step, side, side. Slowing that heart rate down, taking it easy, nice gentle bounce. Remember what we started with? We started with the front kick. So we're going to do that. Kick, kick, kick. Nice and easy. Telling the body you're slowing down now, cooling down slowly and gently. That wasn't so bad, was it? I had fun. You can play with this. You can increase the time that you do each motion, vary the motions. Now we're going to kick just gently in front, and we're going to slowly bring our feet in to the middle of the mat and health bounce. Now we're cooling down, flushing all the lactic acid and the toxins from the cells, flushing that all out of the body. No soreness tomorrow. Cool down. Nice tall stretches. Blow it out and relax. Health bounce it out. And you can continue to bounce now and just bounce that out and relax. Take it easy and bounce it out. Okay, intermediates, get ready to crank it up. It's your turn. You've had a chance to warm up. Let's do a little bit of health bouncing now. Nice tall stretches. Stretch up tall and blow it out. Nice deep breath. Taller and blow it out. A little bit more health bouncing, warm it up, and we're going to take it into a front kick. Remember how we do the front kick? Intermediates, you'll kick out in front of your mat, swing your arms. We've got our arms down low now. We're just warming up. Take it into side to side with a little bounce. Get ready to twist. Twist with the arms at waist height. Nice stretches, warming up. Now, pull the arms up to chest height. Yes, you're aerobic. That's not hard, is it? You're coming off the mat some as you twist. We're going to take it into a nice light jog. Arms in motion. We can do this. Play around with your arms. Easy jog. We're getting warmed up now. Let's try some strength training. Easy jumps. Jumping jacks. Okay, now we're going to take it into those cross craws. Bounce it out a little, get your balance, and up. Little bounce. Let those legs come up just as far as they want. Cross, cross, a little more, and we're going to jump. with the jumping jacks again. Easy jumping jacks. Now you know what we're going back to. The cross craws. Feel those knees come up higher? Yeah. You're getting really flexible now. Take it into a twist. Let's bring the arms up. All the way to the top and overhead. And we can open it up. Flying. Yeah. Airborne now. And let's take it into a sprint. Really get the heart rate up. But we're holding it there. We're going to take it into a front shuffle. Pull, pull. Looking good. Breathe. Nice deep breath. Blow it out. You need the oxygen. Let's twist and play with our arms. Up, above our heads in a wave. Twist up there. Bring it down. Chest tight. Up high. Wave up. Bring it down. Good one. One more time. Wave up. And down. Nice easy jog. Arms in motion. Easy. Let's take it into a twist. Arms up. It's time to start cooling down. So what do we do with our arms? Bring them down to waist height. Heart slows down. Body says, oh, she's gonna cool down now. Twist a while here. We're going back through those motions that we started with. So now we take it into the side to side. Nice bounce to it. Keeping the arms low, allowing that body to cool down. And we go into the kick. Out front. Nice stretches. Arms low. And side to side with a kick.
In many chronic pulmonary conditions, there is a buildup of secretions in the airways. These secretions, if left in your airways, block air passages, make breathing difficult, and provide an ideal environment for bacteria to multiply and thrive. All a primary cause of progressive, irreversible lung damage. Therefore, airway clearance is critical to your overall care. Daily airway clearance with the Flutter can help break this cycle of lung infection and damage. Although your healthcare professional has already trained you in the use of your Flutter, this video will assist you in using your Flutter independently. The Flutter is a device used to help loosen, mobilize, and eliminate mucus from your airways. The Flutter consists of 4 parts: a mouthpiece, stem, a circular cone, a high-density stainless steel ball, and a protective cover. When you breathe out through the Flutter, your breath moves the steel ball inside. This causes airway vibrations that loosen mucus and also causes a slight increase in pressure that aids in keeping your airways open. Mucus is then able to move up the airways to be coughed out. Proper use of your flutter is important for successful therapy. There are different flutter techniques, but the one presented here is used most often. Stage 1 is mucus loosening and mucus mobilization. Begin by being relaxed. Sit with your back straight and head tilted slightly upward, so your throat and windpipe are wide open. This allows exhaled air to flow smoothly from your lungs out through the flutter. Put the flutter in your mouth with your lips closed around the stem. The angle at which you hold the flutter is very important. Holding it with the stem in line with the floor places the cone at a slight angle and ensures that the ball not only bounces or flutters when you breathe out, but also rolls. While performing flutter therapy, experiment by tilting the flutter upward and downward. Because you may get a greater fluttering sensation in your chest with the stem in a tilt position than you do with the stem in line with the floor. For best results, use the angle that gives you the strongest fluttering sensation. While performing flutter therapy, it is important to keep your cheeks as stiff as possible, since the vibrations produced by the flutter are wasted when they are used up in your cheeks. Look into a mirror or hold your cheeks flat with your other hand to help keep your cheeks stiff. Now, to begin, slowly breathe in to approximately 3/4 of a full breath. After holding your breath 2 to 3 seconds, begin to breathe out through the flutter at a reasonably fast but not too forceful speed. Think about feeling the vibrations in your airways, since the best results are obtained when there is a maximum fluttering in your chest. Breathe out through the flutter to a level slightly further than you would during normal breathing without the flutter. At this point, the urge to cough should be suppressed. Repeat the breathing technique for 5 to 10 breaths to loosen and mobilize as much mucus as possible from your airways. Each breath through the flutter moves the mucus further up your airways. Remember, during these loosening mobilization breaths, it is important to inhale slowly, hold your breath 2 to 3 seconds, and as you breathe out, suppress your urge to cough. Now you are ready for stage 2, mucus elimination with cough. To accomplish mucus elimination, perform 1 or 2 additional breaths through the flutter. This time, breathe in slowly and as fully as comfortably possible. Really fill your lungs with air. Again, hold your breath for 2 to 3 seconds. Now, breathe out forcefully through the flutter as completely as you comfortably can. This forceful breath moves the mucus up to a level in your airways that triggers a cough. If mucus is not easily coughed out following 1 or 2 elimination breaths, attempt a huff maneuver, like trying to huff a breadcrumb out of your throat. The standard series of 5 to 10 loosening mobilization breaths with cough suppression, followed by 1 or 2 mucus elimination breaths with cough, should result in successful airway clearance. Beginning flutter users, or those with particularly thick mucus, may learn that multiple repetitions of stage 1, mucus loosening mobilization, are necessary before performing stage 2, mucus elimination. Several trials may be necessary to determine the appropriate number of breaths you need to perform in each stage. Generally, morning and late afternoon or evening sessions ranging from 5 to 15 minutes are common. You can avoid becoming overly tired by adding a session instead of extending any one session to a point of discomfort. The inability to cough out additional mucus is often an indication that the session was successful and can be ended. Occasionally, your flutter therapy routine may need to be modified to maximize therapeutic effectiveness. Therefore, it is important to consult with your healthcare professional routinely or whenever you have questions or concerns. Remember, the primary goal of airway clearance therapy is to comfortably and efficiently remove as much mucus as possible. The flutter will assist you in achieving this goal. Refer to your patient instruction manual for complete usage information. Read the Important Tips section for additional ideas on how to ensure successful Flutter therapy. Review How Do I Clean the Flutter? Because with proper care, the Flutter will provide years of beneficial use. Finally, the Patient Instruction Manual contains a quick reference guide to detach and carry with you.
I can do Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday.
Mom, I can't find my cleats. No. 6:30, I can't make it. I've got too much stuff to do. Hey, where you going? I'm going to Susan's for dinner, remember?
Between work, soccer practice, school, PTA meetings, it's hard to find time to be a family.
Well, if it's a problem, we could give up school.
That's very noble of you.
When we do get time together, we want to make the most of it. And thank goodness we all like the outdoors. ATV riding is the best.
It's a blast.
And it's something we can all do together.
Come on, admit it. You guys weren't all that hot in the idea when Christine and I suggested it.
We're parents, we worry. That's our job. Besides, we've seen you two playing sports.
You're not exactly reserved when it comes to any activity. Just wanted to make sure you knew what you were doing before we bought our first ATVs.
The kids had to go to an ATV training class.
I wasn't talking about the kids here.
We all needed to go to the training class. For this family, that wasn't an option, it was mandatory. This isn't like riding a bicycle. You have to know what you're doing, how to turn, how to go up a hill. The training class, combined with reading and following the important warnings and labels on the ATV and in the owner's manual, is a perfect way to learn proper riding. Plus, the classes are fun. You get a chance to meet other riders and find out where the best trails are. We all had a great time. But most important, we wanted to make sure that the kids knew what they were doing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dad, but we weren't the ones who had problems starting the ATV.
Yeah, well,
As the kids were growing up, there were times I wish the emergency room gave out frequent flyer mileage. When they were younger, these two really pushed the envelope of what was safe. Whether climbing trees, playing sports, heck, even cooking.
Hey, we just like to have fun. Besides, without us, you would have no excitement in your life.
Apparently to a kid, panic and excitement are the same thing. So when they started asking to ride ATVs, we waited a few years until we felt they were mature enough to handle them safely. Not only did they have to be the right age and size, they also had to have the right level of responsibility. The guidelines are pretty clear. Under 70cc, age 6 and older, a 90cc engine or less for kids 12 and older, and there are some models only people 18 years and older can ride, though most of the other sizes are approved for kids 16 and older. ATV is not a toy, and we never let them ride unsupervised. They are definitely mature enough to ride, just not alone.
now if they were just mature enough to clean their own room,
My father taught me the meaning of the words responsibility and maturity. The word fun, I learned on my own. As a kid, you think that there's no way fun can go hand in hand with responsibility and maturity. As an adult, you realize it has to.
Yes, old wise one.
I know it doesn't look like it, but believe it or not, my kids have handled their share of responsibility around this farm from the time that they were about 10.
He calls it responsibility. We call it work.
Oh, you two catch on quick.
We use ATVs on this farm a lot. They're part of our everyday work. But we never take safety for granted. Every time we get on one of these things, proper helmet, gloves, boots, and goggles are standard equipment. Also long pants and a long sleeve shirt. I mean, these kids may think that they're indestructible, but they've only got one head, so the helmet is the most important.
The first time that I tried to ride without goggles on, all kinds of stuff flew in my eyes. Bugs, dirt, leaves, maybe even a small airplane. From that point on, goggles every time.
And brushed by a bush or a tree on an ATV, and you'll see why long pants and a long sleeve shirt are real important. I mean, I don't care how hot it gets. Shorts and t-shirts just don't mix with ATVs.
There's no sport you play without the right safety gear. No outdoor activity you do without the right equipment. The same thing goes for ATVs.
There are a lot of words you could use to describe our household. Harmony is not one of them.
Mom, Christine took my green sweater again.
You'd think the word sharing was a four-letter word.
At least with ATV riding, there was no sharing allowed. We learned in our ATV safety class that you should never ride double on an ATV, even though the seat may seem big enough.
You see, to ride an ATV, you have to be able to shift your weight to maintain your balance, forward and backward as you go up and down hills, and side to side when making turns. With the passenger, that would be impossible.
Mom, Dad took my helmet.
Speaking of impossible,
We've always taken the kids to the mountains. Since they were old enough to walk, we've enjoyed the outdoors.
These machines get a real workout. We use them on the farm, when camping, even for fishing. When my dad took me fishing, we'd have to pack into the high country on horses. Now, ATVs are pretty low maintenance compared to horses. With horses, you have to feed them, water them, groom them. These kids have it so much easier these days.
Here we go. I had to walk to school in the snow 12 miles.
Uphill, both ways.
My kids. Funny kids, don't you think? One thing I have taught them to respect from day one is nature. We only ride where we're supposed to and never off the trail. Not only is it unsafe to ride on unfamiliar ground, it can also hurt the environment. If ATV riders don't stay on the trail, the ranger would end up prohibiting ATVs altogether. So, if we want to keep on riding out there, we have to respect the environment. If I couldn't ride an ATV, I'd have to get back up on that horse. And I don't want that.
None of us want that.
Finding an activity we all liked was so important.
We like the fact that this teaches our kids responsibility. Just don't tell them that. They think we're only out here to have fun.
You just have to ride safe.
And ride smart.
Northbound. This is paralleling the 5 freeway to the north. Guys have shut up long enough to give out positions. Anyways, we continue on now here northbound. The 126. 7 and right behind you. All right, and making that bend. Going to come up to the 126 here, or I believe this is what? Yeah, and they make the, through the intersection here on a red, and blowing through traffic, and have that cross traffic there now on the 126 westbound. 126 westbound. Let's see what he does here down to Gore Point. This might put him on, this is going to take him on the northbound 5 again, so down the ramp he goes. Here above Castaic as he continues north here on the 5 freeway. Way up the hill here. So I'm trying to catch up with him as we make a turn there as we work our way. Northbound 5 freeway approach has the canyon up here. And on the Lake Hughes Road. Pretty soon here, so. As we continue northbound 5 freeway here, coming up on the stick. We'll see what he does here once he gets past the lights here. To a stop, watching and lies on the west 27.
suspects out of Burbank. They were throwing property out of the car, and we recovered that. It was jewelry and money. 4 people in that car. Residential. watching here on KTLA.com. Pursuit of burglary suspects out of Burbank. We'll have more tonight on this on the KTLA News at 10. All right, there you are. I got you. And you see it past the big rigs all climbing the hill. This is the high-grade area where the big rigs slow way down. He's blowing by him on the right side, which is super dangerous.